Welcome back to the program, everyone. My name is Jeff. I'm going to put some stuff down below. It'll be in the description as well. I'm going to ask for two things before we start. If you like this kind of content, we really appreciate both myself and Dylan, and just on my channel, whatever. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Helps out the channel. It's free. It's easy for you to do. The second thing is an offer for you guys to get free information and content. It's our free newsletter that we're just starting. I don't have the official way to sign up for it yet. Dylan's still working on that, and he's on assignment right now. But for now, I'll put this in the display as well, and it'll be in the description. You can go to EconomicPreppers@gmail.com and sign up for it. And you'll get a thank you email that says, welcome to the newsletter. So again, that's Econ, E-C-O-N, Prep, P-R-E-P, news, N-E-W-S, @gmail.com to get our free newsletter. And we're going to be sending out information, videos, all kinds of content to keep you up to date on being prepared so you're not scared. So now let's just jump into the whole content now. So I like to make short, tight videos, not more than 10 minutes, because I know you guys are busy and I appreciate you sharing your time with me. But I wanted to tell you that it's not your fault. Okay, that's what the subject is about this video. It's not your fault. And what do I mean by when I say that? It's that there's a reason that it's not your fault. Okay, now most of you out there, probably in the sound of my voice, you're having budget issues. Most people in the United States are doing that, so it's safe for me to assume that things are tight. Money's a problem, money's a concern, as it is for everybody. But you're a hard worker. You're working hard, but you can't make ends meet. It's not your fault. That's what I'm saying, is that the system is designed to keep you entrenched in the system from day one. From the day you go to school, if you go to public school, they indoctrinate you to, like, they teach you to go to college, then they get you in debt to go to college. They don't teach you what you need to know about money. They teach you about they teach you and they indoctrinate you into the debt system, which is go get a job, go borrow a lot of money, run up bills and credit cards, and become a debt slave, and where you're constantly working to make ends meet, and you can't pay all your bills because the dollar is worth less every single week, and it's accelerating and accelerating now. Now, it's gotten worse since I went to school. Now, I'm a little older than I look. It's nice to hear that sometimes. But when I was in school, we used to get like worksheets and workbooks on like how to count money, how to count coins. I from my understanding, like one of the things that we do, we assume that when our kids go to school, and if they go to a good school system, my kids went to one of the best in the country, didn't seem to help. I mean, they're smart kids, but that doesn't mean that they're taught the right things. They're taught new math, or weird ways to do math that's overcomplicated, but they don't tell you basic things about finance and how to count coins. Like, here's 2 quarters, 3 nickels, and 2 pennies. How much is that? That's why when you walk into, if there's still a staff behind the cash register, but if you give them a $20 bill and it's $13.37, they have to go figure out what's the change. It takes them a little while because they're not used to counting coins. They're not used to making change. They're used to swiping a card, using their Apple Pay or their Apple phone. I've heard that, like, I think it's Gen Z. I think that's the generation that comes after the millennials. Like, they don't like going to Walmart because they can't use Apple Pay. They're so ingrained in digital payments and not carrying. They don't even want to carry a wallet. They want to carry their phone and a little sleeve on the back for their ID, and that's it. So they want to use their phone for all their payments. So it's like if you can imagine how much we don't. I was taught, like, at certain times you should spend cash because it's more real, it's more tangible, and it feels like it's a little bit more painful to make those payments or make that expense. Whereas you just swipe a card, it's kind of transparent. You don't see you're spending a couple $100 at Costco, and it's like it adds up when the bill comes. Now, like the modern kids today, that's like it's almost like Apple's paying for it. When their Apple Pay, I guess that's their cell phone. I'm not using it. I don't use Apple Pay. But when that bill comes due, it is what it is, and they just keep on rolling. But my point is that it's not your fault. You're not taught proper finance. You're not taught about how the money system came to be. You're not taught about the creature from the Jekyll Island and the Federal Reserve and where it all started over 100 years ago and why it's a bad system and why the dollar, why the Federal Reserve note, these, I got one here. Well, here's a 5. But this little thing right here, it says Federal Reserve note right at the top. It's not officially dollar. This is a debt instrument. This is like you owe money to someone, or you owe currency to someone. And people talk about the national debt, how are we ever going to pay it off? It's designed to never be paid off. It is a debt system to keep you stuck in it. Again, you're not taught this in school. They don't want you to know this. It's not your fault. You work hard. You try to get more money. The idea is like, I need to go get more money. I got to get a second job. I got to get a part-time job. I got to ask for a raise. I got to get more and more and more to pay for the things I need because they cost more and more and more. The problem is that these things buy less, and less, and it's accelerating. And they're not teaching you that part. So that's what's the solution? The solution is get out of this system however you can. This is why wealthy people, they don't have a sock full of dollar bills. They don't have a ton of cash all around. It may seem like a ton of cash if you see their safe and you're like, wow, they have $10,000. That's probably like 1% of their net wealth, if that, okay? They don't have a lot of cash. They own assets. They own things that appreciate in value regardless of how they're measured in value. I'll say that again. They own assets that appreciate in value regardless of the currency used to measure that value. So if a currency dies, they still have that painting. They still have that collectible. They still have that real estate. They still own that business. It doesn't matter that they don't own a $20 bill. They own the asset, and they can take that collateral and borrow against it or sell it or whatever they need to do. Like they own. So what you can do is you can own assets. They can be silver, gold, or Bitcoin. Those are the easiest ones to accumulate, because to get your cash out of the fiat system, out of the dollar system, and get into something else. And that's what we talk about at Economic Preppers. And whether you believe in Bitcoin or not, and whether you believe in its track record or not, it's been the asset class that has appreciated the most for the last decade. Now, if you don't believe in that one, and we can talk about that, but you probably should get on board with that at least a little bit, get some exposure to it, and we can teach you how to do that. That's why you want to subscribe to the newsletter, and why you got to follow Dylan and myself. But we'll teach you real easy how to get into Bitcoin. And also, you can just, like, if you want to go to your coin shop, every town has I think most every town has either a pawn shop or a coin store or both. And you could take these and you could take one of these and go buy a silver dime or silver quarter. And now you have silver versus having pieces of paper that are losing value each day. Now, silver and gold they've gone up. They haven't gone up as much as Bitcoin. That's why we recommend that much more, because it seems to be the clear winner in my view and in Dylan's view as well. But we'll get you there. The point is that it's not your fault. The dollar system is the deck is stacked against you in the dollar system. So learn about it. We'll teach you about that. Subscribe to the newsletter. We'll talk about it in more videos. But until next time, I'll see you there. Take care.